We are live. Hello, besties. Who is in the building? Besties. Where are my people? Make a shout out to everyone in the building. Happy Sunday, besties. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are joining me, hit the share button, hit the like button. Share us out in your communities. Go and tell your neighbor Mama P is live. We are here. And we have a guest in the building.
Am
Welcome,
I still a
besties.
guest?
Welcome, everyone. Yeah, we have a family member. Sorry, sir. We have a family member in the midst.
Yeah.
Welcome, besties. Welcome, everyone. So, guys, happy Sunday to each and every one of you. Today, we have a very important topic to discuss. We all know what is going on in the UK, especially the care sector, and many of you still want to move in here. And today we want to discuss about other jobs that you can, get in the UK that will enable you to move here with your loved one, even if you're in the UK already, to switch to a better job, those of you on student visa, those of you on skilled worker visa, but the job you are doing is not what you want to do, or is not giving you that flexibility, and it's not paying you that money you are aiming. So this video is for you. It's not just the UK, Canada, USA, mention it. The topic we are discussing today is covering every part of the world that you are interested to move in. And I have here one of the family member, Mr. Chukwuemeka, right?
Yeah.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. So he will be putting us through on how to get jobs in the UK, how to go about it. He will be sharing his screen today to educate us how best to go about things. I know many of you have been trying different things and it seems that it's not working. But today, get your pen and paper, get ready, because Mr. Chukwuemeka is well versed, well experienced, and he knows, how to get all these things done and land your dream job. Hello, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ada. Hi, besties. It's good to be here once more. I think I've spoken to all the family members a couple of weeks ago, but today we are here again to discuss on a very important topic on the jobs that are in high demand in UK, even US, Canada, or any of the countries that you're joining from. I know most times we are all fixated on care job, but today we're going to discuss something that is very important so that we can easily be able to understand every single thing that we need to know. So I'm going to share my screen a couple of minutes and it's going to come up so that we can easily be able to see what I'm trying to converse today about. Hi, Ada, please confirm once you can see my
Okay.
screen.
Yeah, let me add it to the screen.
All right.
Yes, here we go.
Okay, thank you so much. So, like I mentioned earlier, we're discussing a very, very important topic, which is around forgetting UK care jobs, and also these jobs are in high demand as well in United Kingdom. And when I use UK as an example, it doesn't streamline it to just UK. It means that it's also applicable in any of the first world countries, US, Canada, and so on and so forth. Okay, but before we jump into our discussion, I believe we already know by virtue of the clothes I'm wearing who we are. So we are at Analytics and we help people to also get into the tech career path by lowering the entry barrier into all these programs. And we help people across UK, US, Canada, of course, Africa, and also Asia. We've helped close to 3,000 people in the last couple of 5 years that have been playing days. And who am I? My name is Chukwuemeka, like I already mentioned, and I'm the CEO of Tenalytics. I've worked as a governance risk and compliance officer in the banking sector. I've worked as head of control in the fintech. I've also worked as a data analyst as well as a business consultant in the hospitality space. So I've journeyed through so many sectors of the economy, and I believe I have what it takes to be able to discuss with the group of people that are on this call today. So there's one assurance I'm going to give you in the next 30, 45 minutes is that you are clearly going to understand the most in-demand career path, the highest paying career path, and the steps that you are going to take for you to be able to break into any of these career paths in the next coming months. Okay, that is my promise to you. So we're going to jump into this discussion immediately. So first thing that I want to talk about is, I know many of us we've already heard about all the reforms that is currently ongoing. A lot of things are embedded in the reforms that have been proposed. But one major key takeaway I want us to look at today is relating to health and care. Okay, I want us to be able to narrow it down to health and care so that if your mind is still tilted towards health and care, you can also be able to have a diversification. Okay, so like we already know, it's just hanging by a tight rope. Like I can clearly see on my screen, it's hanging by a tight rope. And it's simple. Okay, we all know that the health and care is within the RQF level 3. And the new reforms is actually tilting towards giving sponsorship from RQF of level 6. So it means that if you are looking to actually be able to get full sponsorship, you should be looking for visa pathways that tilt towards that aspect. And the healthcare, which RQF tilts towards you understanding, having high school graduates, A levels, and also that you can speak English. That's what level 3 includes. But when you start looking at level 6, that means you're now moving towards being either skilled or eligible person. So what is actually tilting to is that healthcare route towards getting visa sponsorship is already on a tight rope. So if you are looking to be able to get into the country and also get visa sponsored, you should be looking towards the other pathways that should give you what you are looking for. Okay, so let's look at all these possible scenarios that we have here. So if you're already in UK on a visa that allows switching, of course, the new proposal is also meaning that for now, you can actually be able to switch. Okay, you can apply for the care job, but then you have to act as fast as possible. Okay, and also if you're in the UK on health and care visa, you're already there. Of course, you can also be able to exchange or change employers. But if you are in UK after reforms and want to switch to care job, the switching is going to be blocked. Okay, and also if you're outside the UK and applying for care jobs, it's also going to be blocked under new reforms that have been proposed. So after we've seen all these things, of course, there are still possibilities for changes to happen. This is just our own key takeaway from all the reforms that have been going around. How can you exactly be able to get into the country and be able to work effectively? Which career path are you going to now be looking towards? So one major career path I want us to look at is all these 8 different career paths that we have here. Okay, all these 8 different career paths: business analysis, data analytics, data science, data engineer, financial analytics, HR, cybersecurity, and of course, agile project management. So one major thing that we notice is that all these career paths, I think as of last April 2024, it moved from being the shortage occupation list to eligible occupation list. All right. So, and we noticed that all these 8 career paths were still amongst the career paths that were also there. So even if there's possibilities of changes to happen, all these 8 career paths is still going to give you the possibility of what you are looking for. Okay, so first, you are a graduate, BSc and above, with skills in the career path that I've just mentioned. That means you have good news. All right, and even if you do not have a bachelor's degree in any of those career paths, but you've been able to develop the skill for you to be able to answer, oh, I'm a business analyst, or I'm a data analyst, I'm a data scientist, or I'm so on and so forth. It simply means that you have all it takes for you to also be able to be on the good path. So some of the changes that we've also noticed is that graduate visa now allows only 18 months instead of 2 months, instead of 2 years rather. So before now, after you finish your graduate, you have 2 years for you to be able to get a job. But right now, you have 18 months from the new reforms that have been ongoing. But do you need up to 2 years for you to land a job if you are in any of these career paths? So that's a major question that we also have to ask ourselves, because all these are also in demand. All right, so I'm going to show us how people have been able to do this before now and how you also can also be able to do it. And of course, they also met the RQF level 6. So we'll talk about RQF, simply means Regulated Qualification Framework. All right, and these all career paths I've mentioned are all within these level 6. So it means that if you find yourself in any of them, you are also eligible. You are still eligible. Okay, and of course, English language requirements is not going to be a challenge for any of us on this call. If you've been in any of the African-speaking countries or you're presently in UK, of course, it's not going to be challenging for you. I think you just need B1 to B2, which is simply between intermediate to upper intermediate for you to also be able to, scale through. So what am I trying to say in essence is that with all this news that is flying around, a lot of reforms ongoing, there is still a path for all of us. Okay, if you are business inclined, if you're someone that can speak eloquently, if you're someone that can manage processes and improve organizational frameworks, business analysis can be for you. If you are someone that you're also inquisitive and you can also bring out insight from data, you have data analytics. Okay, we have data science, data engineering. So there is no career path that you, looking at your own transferable skill, that you cannot easily be able to get into from where you are coming from. So what I want all of us to do is, after this session, you can click on this side here, click here to go through all the eligible occupation lists. From there, you're going to see that all these career paths I've mentioned, I've also inserted the code. You can easily be able to validate it yourself. Once you check with the code, you're going to see that all those career paths are there. But for want of time, I will not be going through all of them one after the other. So once you've been able to identify the one that suits your own narrative, what exactly do you have to do? Okay, what is the process for you to also be able to get into any of those places? There is simply three steps that you have to take. Number one is for you to learn. All right, learning is very, very crucial. So what I've noticed these days is that if you go to LinkedIn as an example, you notice that a lot of people brand themselves to be data analysts. You simply look at their headline, oh, data analyst, because they've been able to handle data. But can they actually be able to make use of all those tools that a data analyst needs to be able to use? So the most important thing that you need to do first is for you to learn the skills. Okay, you've identified the in-demand career path that you want to go through. Learn the skills and, of course, package yourself. Packaging is very, very, very important. I can't emphasize on it. Packaging is very, very crucial. And when I speak about packaging, it's really around CV revamp. How do you optimize your CV for you to also be able to showcase the skills that you even had before moving into the country? Okay, LinkedIn optimization. How do you also boost your profile that people can easily be able to see your profile from anywhere they are searching for you? Of course, creating your portfolio, having mentors that is also available to prepare you for everything that you need to know regarding breaking into that career path, and interview preparatory sessions, and also presenting you with reference letters and recommendation letter. Then lastly is for you to apply. So most people always think, oh, I already have the skill. Job is going to find me. It is not true. All right. So the truth is that even though you have the skill, you still have to apply like a machine. It's very, very important. You need to apply like a machine. Okay. And it has to do with precision. Most time, what we just do is just move to LinkedIn, do easy apply, easy apply. It doesn't work. So first is you need to be able to tailor your CV down to the specifics of the job that you are going for, and then be able to apply to those jobs. So, and next thing is you've simply got the job. So we have a couple of people that is also in the United Kingdom that have been able to take this exact step and has been able to move into a career path. We have someone like Judith. So Judith used to be HR back in Nigeria, but when she moved to UK, she was also in the care sector. But at a point, she said she wanted something that is going to help her work comfortably at her own pace and be able to deliver. So she came to us and went through the business analysis program. She completed it in March 2024. Also, she was taught how to package herself, ranging from tailoring her CV as a business analyst. As someone that is coming from HR background, of course, there are transferable skills from there into business analysis. So she was able to optimize it, and it now looks like she's been a business analyst all through her years in Nigeria. She was also prepared for multiple interviews, and she then applied to jobs. All right, she applied to a lot of it, of course, tailoring her CV, and she was able to land a role as a business analyst 4 months after completing the program. So you can also click there to watch what Judith had to say with respect to her own experience with us. So what am I trying to say? All these things are possible. All right, what I'm trying to say it is that all these things are highly possible. But first thing you need to know is that you need to be able to apply this formula. First one is for you to learn. Number two is for you to package yourself. Then number three is for you to then apply. Once you have been able to do this, clearly you should be able to break into the sector that you are looking for. So when we talk about learning, let me break it down further for all of us. You need to have a crystal clear on target role. Okay. So, but first, how do you identify the career path that is also in high demand? All right. So, what we try to do is we look through several job boards that are out there, Bullets in, Indeed, Monster, Total Job, and so on and so forth. And of course, we brought out all the jobs that they posted and now validated it through this World Economic Forum report that we have here. I'm going to walk us through this web report. After validation, we're able to see that all these career paths are also within each of what countries are looking out for. All right, so if you're in UK, definitely all of them met the eligible occupation list. They are all within that bracket. Okay, and also if you're in US, you're going to see that the job titles are within the highest acceptance rates in the United States. Then if you're in Canada, you can also see that they are also within the provincial nominee programs. Okay, so no matter the country that you are targeting, of course, people from maybe let's say Nigeria, Ghana, you might be thinking, okay, why is Nigeria here? Why is Ghana not here? Why is other countries not here? We're just using these three as basics for our assessment. Because I mean, we all know the reason for obvious reasons that we all know. So all these 8 career paths are also within the regional analysis that we're able to perform. So if you're looking at UK, if you're looking at US, if you're looking at Canada, it's met what those regions are looking out for. And like I've said before, it's simply business analysis, data analytics, data science, agile project management, data engineering, cybersecurity, and of course, HR analytics and financial analytics. So when we talk about the World Economic Forum report, what is it actually tilting towards? But before then, I just want to clarify that we are all still following. Please, are we still following me to this very moment? Can we hear
Yeah.
me?
Besties, if you can hear him, say loud and clear in the comment section so we know we are together.
All right.
Besties, say
Please
loud
just
and clear.
something so that I'll be sure that you're still with me before I move on with the web report. Okay, let me check the comment section. Can see a couple of people here. Anita, IJ, Emmanuel, and others. All right, so I think people are still here. I'm going
Yeah,
to
here, yeah.
drive on.
They will
So, if
type
you look
soon.
at the World Economic Forum report, there's one major thing that you're going to notice is that there are new jobs that are going to be created. 170 million jobs are going to be created. And of course, 92 million jobs are going to disappear. Okay, so what you want to do is to make sure you are within these green brackets that represent jobs that are going to grow and run away from this red side. That is jobs that are going to decline. So these are jobs that are going to just be stable out there. So when we looked at it, we're able to notice that all those 8 career paths are also within the in-demand career paths that are also fast growing. So you can see data engineering and of course HR, which definitely includes data analysts and data scientists. So the fastest growing job as of today in any of these countries, UK, US, Canada, is also towards big data specialists. So the big data specialist, that is the number one fastest growing job as at today. All right. So you can also see the other career paths that are also embedded here. So we now look at all the World Economic Forum reports and notice that those 8 career paths that we mentioned, that they are also within jobs that are going to grow. So all this that we have on this left-hand side represent jobs that are going to grow, while the ones on this right-hand side represent jobs that are going to decline. So you can clearly see that all the 8 career paths also met what you are looking for. Of course, there are some career paths that is within these growing jobs that we did not select. And what is the reason? You can easily see DevOps engineer, renewable energy engineers, robotics engineer, blockchain engineers, and so on and so forth. These career paths are amazing. They are in demand, they are fast growing. But you need to also ask yourself a question. Is this a career path that I can easily get into within a space of 3 to 6 months? All right. So there are amazing career paths. Of course, if you hear robotics engineer, amazing, the world is going towards robotics, right? But is it a place that you coming from a teaching background, you coming from banking, you coming from customer service or HR can easily say, oh, I want to be a robotics engineer? It's not something that you can do within a space of 18 to 2 years. Okay, 18 months to 2 years rather. So you can clearly see the reason why, even though it is fast growing, it is still not amongst the jobs that we offer, because it is not a job that you can get into within a space of 3 to 6 months. So if you also look on the next page, you will see other career paths that are also within that 8 courses that we've been able to select. Okay, if you look towards this side, you see jobs that are going to also decline. Can clearly see the fastest declining job as of today is the postal service clerk, bank tellers, data entry clerks, cashiers, and so on and so forth. So if you look closely within these brackets, you notice something that is very, very crystal clear. And that is the fastest growing jobs are all clerk related roles. They are all clerk related roles. And why is this so? Because of the advancement of VA. So these days, there's a lot of virtual assistants out there. Okay, so even me, for instance, I can have a virtual assistant, which means I don't even have need for any secretary or even a clerk that will have to do anything for me, because I already have a virtual assistant. So you have to make sure that anything that you are doing is tilting towards this left hand side and run away from careers that are within this right hand side. Okay, after this session, I'm sure Ada is going to send, we are going to send this slide to you or in the
Yeah, you
communities that
get
are
the
joining.
slides.
Okay, so you can easily click on the report and be able to see the broader report. So once you've been able to select a career path, all these 8 different career paths that I've said, remember, next thing is for you to learn. Okay, and how can you learn? These days, a lot of people learn through various means. Some people will tell you, oh, I'm learning on this platform, I'm learning there. Right. So what we do is we have live interactive classes where someone like myself will be in that class and is teaching you what you need to know regarding the role that you are getting into. Okay. And aside the live classes, you also have a self-paced aspect that helps you to also watch other videos to be able to augment on everything that you need. So 2 basic model, and that is live instructor-led class and also self-paced aspects. Then when it comes to financials, like I already said, all of them actually met the minimum requirements for you to actually get your COS. That is if you are in UK, US, or Canada. All right. But I always tell people, make sure that if you're choosing a career path, do not base it on the average earning power. Okay. Do not base it on the average earning power, because take for instance, we can see what a data analyst is earning here in these different regions, and also what let's say a cybersecurity professional is earning in these regions. Clearly, cybersecurity is higher. Okay, but when you look at it from the sector of the economy as well, a cybersecurity analyst, let's say in the edtech space, and a data analyst in oil and gas, we all know who is going to earn higher, right? So it also depends on the sector of the economy that you find yourself. So when choosing a career path, look for the one that you have transferable skills to. For instance, let's assume I'm not technically inclined. I don't like anything coding. I hate looking at laptop. Why am I going towards cybersecurity? So these are questions you have to ask yourself so that you don't make the mistake of choosing a career path because of the money attached to it. Make sure you choose it from transferable skills that you already have. Okay. Next thing is packaging. Crafting a very magnetic job ready profile is very, very, very crucial. Okay. I always tell people before you start packaging, remember it is competence over credentials. So I call it the COC. All right, competence over credential. So these days we all rush towards credentials. Oh, what certificate are you going to give me in the end? Which school is offering it, and so on and so forth. I can tell you for a fact, I've worked for a fintech that my CTO, he did not attend any university. All right, he was just a secondary school guy that finished school, and he was the CTO. All right, so it's always competence over credentials. For this career path that you're looking for, Any of them that tilts towards the tech environment, it is always competence over credential. I'm going to give us an example. So this is Hope. Hope joined us in December of 2024. Okay, and before Hope came, Hope is a certified project manager. All right, but she was not able to land a job. Okay, and then she joined our own agile project management classes, and she was now grilled on the skills and tools that she needs to be able to use to perform on those roles. And then she now secured a role as a project analyst in Ontario, Canada. Now, the reason why we always attach all these testimonials is for you to personally also reach out to them. All right, so that you don't take my word for it. Feel free to watch what they had to say, search for them on LinkedIn, reach out to them and ask them how were they able to do it, so they can also hear directly from the horse's mouth. So when I talk about packaging, first thing is about building a portfolio. All right, so quickly, let me just show us one simple portfolio that someone was able to build. All right, so let me click on this portfolio of this past student as well. So once you get into this place, you're going to see what Victoria was able to build. All right, she did a project on deep care hospital ER visit analysis. That's in the health sector. She did one on Redox Airline. She did one on Express Tech. She did one on Zenith Electronics and also Nestle product analysis. Now, all these different projects that she worked on, they are all in different sectors of the economy. You can see the first one is in the health sector, second one aviation, third one supply chain, fourth one FMCG, last one the tech space. Do you think companies are going to leave this person that has experience working in 5 different sectors to choose you? All right. Do you honestly think they are going to do that? The answer is no. Okay. And once you click on any of them, you can easily also be able to see what she did relating to that exact project. All right. You can easily see what she did relating to that project. So I've clicked on the hospital ER visit analysis. So right here, you're going to notice that she worked on this project showing that, oh, we had close to 10,000 patients that visited this hospital, and the average years was 40 years, with average waiting time of 35 minutes. Okay, and that is for entirely what happened. Let's look at it quarter by quarter because it is also interactive. In Q1, what happened? So in Q1, she was also presenting that, oh, we had just 1,450 people, average waiting time of 36 minutes, 27 seconds. And we saw this average waiting time, and that was what we needed to solve as data analysts. So we did this, we did that, and it led to in Q2, we had an improved number. So remember in Q1 we had 1,450, in Q2 we're having 2,938, and average waiting time also dropped by a minute. So by doing this, we're able to improve the turnover, which in the end also improve the revenue of the business. So when you speak like this to recruiters, definitely they're going to know that, oh, Chukwemeka actually has something to offer. You've actually been able to have an experience.
Work on
Remember,
something.
this is what this person did in several sectors of the economy. So she can now comfortably be able to speak from a place of experience for all these sectors. So before you start packaging, remember you need to learn, because it's from learning they can also be able to build this portfolio and then be able to now update your CV that you have this skill, that you have that skill. Okay, then LinkedIn optimization is very, very crucial. We're trying to hire a data analyst in Ivory Coast for a project. Of course, I'm not in Ivory Coast. So what we simply did was we used LinkedIn, we searched for data analyst in Ivory Coast, and it brought out all the prominent profiles, and we're able to have one-on-one discussion and selected someone that will handle that exact project. And it's just through LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, like I always tell people, is always the easiest, it is the fastest, and it's also the cheapest means of hiring for most recruiters. So why exactly are you not there? I know it's cringe. We all know it's cringe, but we have something we are looking for. All right, you have something you are looking for. So why not do it for that certain time to get what you are looking out for? Okay, so you're going to also be packaged on how you can also be able to build your profile. Then navigating the job market is very, very crucial. Very, very, very important. It's not everyone that even understands where and where trying to apply to for some certain jobs. Okay, for example, people in UK can always know that UK visa jobs, right there, you can see jobs that are going to give you visa sponsorships. It's a paid platform. So what we do is we've already paid for it, and then we now scrape jobs that are on those platforms and share it with our students to apply to them. Then interview prep sessions, you've been invited for an interview. Someone is going to also be here to prepare you using, let's say, the STAR framework. How do you answer interview questions using STAR framework? That's simply situation, task, action, and result. So using the initial portfolio that I shared, you can easily say, oh, situation, while I was consulting at Analytics, I worked on a project that involved analyzing hospital ER visits. Okay, and then you itemize the task and the actions that you took. Then in the end, we were able to improve the turnover, which on a long run improved the revenue. So you've been able to use this framework to answer the question. So you're going to be taught how to package yourself for you to also be able to answer interview prep questions. Then job reference and recommendation letter that you've landed a job, we're also available to provide you with recommendation letter and also reference letters. We also have on the job support, but this service is not something that most of our students come for because there's no how you're going to pass through the program and not be able to easily flow on the job. Then weekly mentorship and Upwork optimization for you to know how do you get to be able to freelance, make small $5, $50 here, £50 here, till the main job that you're looking for now rightly comes to you. So you can see that packaging involves a lot of things. It's not just about you lying in your CV. Okay? Remember, before you package, you have to learn. Okay, some people miss this step that they package even before learning. If you are packaging and you are called, how do you exactly defend the skill that you said you have? Can you use SQL to be able to go into a database and bring out data? Can you use Power BI to show visualizations of the data that you've been able to analyze? So it's important that you learn the skill first and then package yourself. So for our entire program, it is just for 8 months. Now, the beauty is that this first 6 months, that is when you are learning with 10 analytics. And then the other 2 months, you are now going to be placed with a sister company, Amdari, for you to do your internship. So what this simply means is that you have the unique opportunity of having two tech companies in your CV. Oh, I've been able to consult with 10 analytics and also been able to intern with Amdari. Analytics is fully registered in Canada, and that is fully registered in United Kingdom. Okay, so you can see that you even get to have those external experiences that you also crave for. Two leading tech companies in your city. Then applying is very, very crucial. Okay, like I've already mentioned, never use one CV to apply to two jobs because no two jobs are the same. Even if it's the same company that is hiring, today they're hiring a data analyst, tomorrow they're hiring another data analyst. If you check the job description after a period of 6 months, it is bound to change. Right? So it's important for you to always tailor your CV for every application you are going for. And then 10 quality applications per day. What we do from our own side is, remember, we scrape different job boards and then provide those available jobs for our students to apply to them. Okay, we scrape them and then provide it to our students to apply to them. You can easily see, for instance, this sample that I have on my slide, a data analyst role for the one in UK, the one in US, and of course the one in Canada, Nigeria, and so on and so forth. Now, it is your responsibility to be able to apply to this job. Now, there is limitations to what we can do. All right. Remember, we are going to help you learn. We are going to help you package. We are going to scrape jobs and provide for you. But the responsibility of applying to these jobs still rests solely on you. Now, this is where some people miss out because applying to a job is a job on its own. Right? Applying to a job is a job on its own. But what we do is we'll have several mentorship sessions to also teach you on how do you go about these things. You can see a key strategy to applying and getting jobs. This is a mentorship session that we also had. Okay, you can see the one that we had, a day in the life of a data analyst, where an external person comes in to teach you, oh, this is what the challenges I had my own time, for you to also be able to learn from them. So all these things is now what you need to do to be able to apply to this job. Remember, it is simple. Learn and then package and of course apply. Once you're able to apply all these formula, trust me, you are already bound to landing something that is amazing. This is the same formula that most of our successful students have used. We have ICMAT. Okay, ICMAT, she used to, she branded herself as a stay-at-home mom. Right? When you get this slide, try to listen to what she said. She used to be a stay-at-home mom. She did data analysis with us, and then 2 months after she landed a job. Her story is very, very amazing because 1 month into the program, she landed a job, but she was not able to take it up because she was still a student and had only 40 hours to work. So she was not able to take it up. So after, she was not able to land another. So definitely the no's are going to come. So don't think because you already have the skill, just are just going to come now. So she landed one month into the program. She didn't get another till 2 months after her program. That's when she now landed 2 jobs that offered her visa sponsorship, and she was now able to select the one that met her own criteria. Moving from being a stay-at-home mom to becoming a data analyst with full visa sponsorship. Same thing with Ramat. Ramat used to be a customer success rep in United Kingdom as well. She did business analysis and then transitioned to become a business architect also with the NHS with full visa sponsorship. We have Tony. Tony came from pharmacist background and also took data analyst program and was able to transition to a tech career path that also gave her full visa sponsorship. We have other success stories that I may not be able to run through every single one of them. So once you get a slide, please just go through it and also see or hear what they also had to say. All these are successful stories of people that made the same move before you. Okay, so Rita was also able to secure a skilled visa, worker visa after completing her own program. You can see her own success story about how she landed her own job using this same success strategy that I've mentioned. So all these are all successful stories of people. So I want to talk about Mary's own clearly. So Mary had no experience in tech and was working shifts normally in UK. She joined the business analysis and trust me, it wasn't easy for her, all right, because she still had to, of course, do the several shifts to make money, which is very, very important. Okay, she joined in November 2024 and got her own sponsorship in March 2025. Okay, she secured a job as a business data analyst with Northwest on full visa sponsor. You can see her own email that came from the home office. So your own story can also be the same way. But remember, first thing you need to be able to learn. You need to be able to package yourself, and of course, you need to be able to apply to these jobs. There are several career paths I have mentioned. You have business analysis that is purely for people that can easily communicate. If you can speak effectively, if you have a knack for process improvement, then you should be looking at business analysis. All right. And for agile project management, if you are a leader and someone that can easily be able to guide people through projects, then you should be looking at agile project management. This is a career path that involves no coding at all. We call it the no code area in tech. So if you're looking at a career path that you don't have to do anything coding related, then you have to now start looking at agile project management. All right. Of course, we have other career paths. We have the data engineer, data scientist, and of course, data analyst. Or easily, data engineers are very, very heavy on coding. That the people that build all those different pipelines and architecture that makes data to flow seamlessly within the system. For instance, you have a bank app, you have USSD, you have internet banking, you have working that can easily go in and perform your activities. No matter any of these channels that you use to perform your banking activity, it all goes down to a particular pipeline into your own account. Someone was able to build that pipeline to make sure that data flows seamlessly, and that's data engineers. They are very, very heavy on coding. Data scientists are simply people that are there to answer 3 basic questions on what happened, why did this happen, and also be able to tell you the future. So if you are looking at analytics and having it embedded with a little bit of coding, then you should be looking at data science. All right. It has statistics embedded, so you need to be a little bit technical for you to get into it. And it also involves coding. All right. So as a data scientist, you can easily also land jobs in any of these countries that I've mentioned. Then data analysts, like we all know, they are simply people that bring out insights from data by answering the question, what happened and why did it happen? Then we also have your HR analysts and financial analysts. Financial analysts are simply data analysts that have streamlined and specialized in financial data, while HR analysts are people that have also streamlined and specialized to HR data. Okay, so they are all data analysts that have been able to streamline themselves. Then cybersecurity is also what is also catching the eye right now. So it's simply a career path of people that protect all the digital assets. All right. So if you have a knack for defense or performing attack or being able to analyze threats, then you should be looking at cyber security. So for all these career paths that I've mentioned, it is all for 8 months, and then all the classes are just on Saturdays alone. Can either be in the morning class or in the evening class. So the morning class is by 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, while the evening class is by 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. The morning class is stable for people in Europe and also people in Africa. The evening class is okay for people in North America and Canada and US people. So easily you have to choose the time slot that works perfectly for you. No matter the country that you are in, will have the class that will suit your own time zone. It can only be in one of the classes. So how can you get started today? How can you get started today? Our next cohort is starting on June 7th. All right, it's starting on June 7th. And what you have to do is simple. We have an amazing discount that is currently running for everyone within ADAS community. Okay, I mean, everyone here, you are all our besties. So the full amount is $900, but we have a 20% discount. That means you get to pay $750. And you don't have to pay it one off. It is just 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. And instead, you want to space it out for a period of 5 months. All right. So what you have to do is simply click on the link that is also going to be provided with that is on this slide. Once you click on it, it's going to bring you to our 10 Analytics Enrollment Center. So right here, just choose the career path that you want. Just choose the career path. Let's say you want to go for data analytics. Just scroll down and look for data analytics. It is data analytics. Click on register for DA. Once you click on it, it's going to bring you to the page where you have to now select how you want to structure your own payment. If you want to pay one off, if you want to pay in 2 installments, 3 installments, 4, 5, as the case may be, this is where you select how you want to make that happen. So what you have to do is simply come here and then choose the one that you want to go for. All right. So if you scroll down, you're going to see the option for you to pay one off. You're also going to see the option for you to pay in 2 installments. Oh, sold out. Wow, this is not meant to happen. All right. So I'm going to make sure that this is
Sold out gang.
I'm going to make sure that this is regular, right? So let me check using another program. Let me go for cyber security. All right. So
Guys, you can
definitely
see sold out gang. You are still contemplating. Yours is sold out.
So definitely we are going to open up a couple of spots after this session for people in our DAS community. Very, very important. Okay. Maybe 5 to 10 spots. We are going to open it up. So please make sure you grab yours. You can see for cybersecurity, you can see that we still have 7 spots here. All right. So what you have to do is choose the one that fits your own payment style. All right. So this is if you're in US, you see the price in US in USD. If you're in Canada, you see the price in CAD. If you are in UK, you're going to see the price in pounds. If you're in Nigeria, you're going to see it in NGN. So no matter the country that you are in, you're going to see it in the currency of that country. So let's say you want to go for the 5 months monthly payments. Simply click on it and then click to secure your seat. So it's showing you that first payment is due today, second payment is due by June 25th, third payment by July, fourth payment August, and so on and so forth. So gradually, you can now complete your own payments. Once you click on proceed, then put in your name, your email address, and simply pay for the product. So that is as simple as it can be. So once you get into this, make sure that you secure your spots, because the truth is all these spots are easily sold out. And when it's sold out, it doesn't mean that people are no more getting in, but it simply means that the discount is over, which means you can now have to pay the full amount instead of the discounted price. All right. So I always advise people try to secure your spot as fast as you can, because it is something that can easily be sold at. And of course, we have a new amazing initiative for everyone. This is the second bonus for people that get to secure their spot within the next couple of hours. You have free access to Amdari Vault for 1 month. So what this means is that you get to work on real life projects. You can see one, for instance, HR, empowering HR inside Dynamics dashboard analysis for peak performance at Green Tech Innovation. Okay, you can also see risk assessment and analysis, analyzing loan portfolio risk for Dice Bank. So all these are live projects. They are real life projects, so it all depends on the clients that we are working for at any moment in time. That's also what's going to get you all these projects that you can work on. But if you get secure your spot, you have access to over 250 guided projects with Amdari Vault. So this is not something that we always give out because it is not our own side, but because people also need these experiences to be able to build up their own portfolio. People needed to be able to build up their own aspect to show experience. That is why we've also added it. Remember, it is not just the care job that is out there. All right? It is not just the care job. And with
Yeah.
all these reforms that are currently coming up now, it is time for us to now start looking at the other possibilities of where we can get into. Okay? And it's very, very simple. You can get into the eligible occupation list side by simply learning and also by simply packaging yourself and then applying to the job. You can be the next person that will now say, I got this job that you are looking out for. So thank you so much, besties, for listening to me for the last couple of minutes. And I hope you everyone has been able to pick up one or two things. And
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah, yeah,
definitely, we'll share the link to this. We'll send the slides, and of course,
yeah.
everyone joins the community, and you will get access to everything that I've been able to mention here today. So thank you so much. I don't know if you have anything you want to chip in, or if there are any questions for me to also be able to answer from people.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. We have a question already. Somebody said, "Sir, can I enroll even though I am currently living in Namibia?"
Yes, yes, of course. Okay, yes, of course you can. I think that question is from Matthew. Yes,
Matthew.
Matthew, yeah, you can. So remember when I mentioned that the site is geotagged, which means no matter where you are joining from, you can easily make payments using your own currency. All right, so quickly, I don't know if you can type the currency that Namibia use. I don't know the currency that Namibia uses. And I don't know if you know, so they can also help me out here. Namibia. Okay, you can see Namibian dollar. All right. So once you get into the site, if you are joining from Namibia, of course, you're going to see the pricing in Namibian dollars. Right. So that's what I was trying to mention. No matter where you are joining, the price will automatically show you in your own local currency. All right. You can see in Namibian dollar, full payment is simply 13,762. All right. But if you decide to break it down, you can now easily pay it 2,949 for the next 5 months. I don't know if that answers your question clearly, Matthew. Of course, I know it answers it, but if you have
Yeah.
further questions, also feel free to ask. Okay. Any other
All right,
questions for
besties.
me?
Yeah, guys, if you have questions, can you drop your questions now that is here so he can answer your questions? Besties, please drop your questions now that he is here so he can answer your questions. Well, what I want to chip in is that, you see, it's just like this is a coincidence. Few days ago, I made a video. I was talking up to people about the latest Ontario draw, the latest Ontario program for Tech Pathway. Is supposed to know about it, right? And they have listed the list of NOC codes that are eligible for this program. So, guys, the truth is, like I keep saying, To start anything is now. When he opened this, the data analysis was already sold out, right? People are queuing into tech, right? To start is now. I mean, don't procrastinate. This is the time, you know. It gives you that edge to have something. One thing with tech is that you can do the job anywhere. You can even start over there in Nigeria. You can start anywhere, you know. You can earn anywhere. You can be in Nigeria working for a company in Canada. You can be in anywhere working for a company anywhere till you move, right? The thing is, there is a lot to gain in the tech sector. It gives you that flexibility. It gives you that opportunity to, know that there is something in for you anywhere. The world is going global, even products now are digital. A lot of things is going tech wise. Many companies now selling online. I'm sorry. Imagine Amazon, eBay, all these big e-commerce, right? People are working behind the doors. People are working closed doors to see that all these things are working smoothly, right? And that's the power of tech. You get the point. There is high demand every day. So it's not something that you say that is a loss. It
Sorry
is
about
not a
that.
loss, guys. You will never be at loss doing these programs.
All right, that will just take a minute. Okay, so what Ada is trying to say is just simple. No matter the career path that you decide to get into, tech is like a global village, right? So whether you are in US, whether you are in Ghana, whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are in UK, whether you are in Namibia, of course, the Power BI you learn in Namibia is the same Power BI that they use in United Kingdom. The SQL you learn in Ghana is same SQL they use in Canada. So it is simply a global village. It's not like, let's say you're a lawyer where you've learned maybe Nigerian law. And if you move to United Kingdom, of course, for you to be able to practice, you need to also get yourself acquainted with United Kingdom environment and laws. So tech is not like that because it's simply about making use of tools to be able to answer questions and solve problems. So no matter where you are, you can easily learn the skill. And of course, you can still be in your present location and be targeting the next place that you want to be. So even if you are still in Nigeria, or you're still in Namibia or in Ghana and so on and so forth, and you're looking to move to the US, UK, or Canada, of course, the time to start learning is now. Because one key thing that I've noticed is no matter the reforms that most countries are doing, trust me, when it comes to tech, there's still going to be a lot of provisions that will be made because people are needed to be able to solve all those problems. Over to you now,
Yeah.
that once more.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I have been having this cough since Monday, and it gets worse whenever I want to talk. Anyways, we have some questions. If you look at the screen, that is from Chini's vlog.
Okay. Okay, I can see it. Chini is asking, please, when is next cohort after the June cohort? And will there still be discounts then? I'm interested in agile project management. All right, so Chini, we start new cohorts every first Saturday of the month. All right, so after June 7th, the next one is going to be July, the first Saturday in July, right? But the discount is not assured. All right, the discount is not assured. That's one thing I'm going to tell you. The only way you can secure the July discount is if you secure your spot now and decide that you want to defer by 1 month, which means you don't want to start in June, you want to start in July. Of course, it's possible. But if you wait till July for you to now be able to pay and join, there is no assurance that the discount will be existing. There is no assurance that the price will even be the same. Because of course we all understand this economy right now that if I go right now to buy a Benz today and I come back next week to buy that same Benz, it's no more the same thing. So I always advise people to try and act as fast as possible. So what you need to do, Chini, is secure your spot using any of those instrumental payments plan, and then you'll be asked, do you want to start in June or July? Right? Select that you want to start in July, and that will be the perfect solution for you as well. Okay, thank you, Chini. I hope that makes sense to
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much, sir. We have another one is on the screen too.
Okay, my name is John. Yes, I want to pay for my data analysis for America. If I want to pay for me for data analysis program, how will I you do that for my America? Okay, this is a little bit confusing, John, but if I understand you clearly, you're in America and they're trying to make your own payments as well. So it's also the same process, all right? no matter the country that you are joining from, we are going to share this with you. Or quickly, and I don't know if you can, is there where I can drop this link in the comment section
Yeah,
also?
yeah, yeah. You can drop it in the
Okay,
comments. I
so
will also drop it after the live.
okay. All right. So I just picked it. So all you have to do is click on the link, join the chat. Oh, I need to call. Oh, I have a lot of requirements to do this. Okay. All right. So I may not be able to drop the link right now, but I'm sure
Don't worry, I
Ada
will
is going
drop
to
the link in the description box.
Okay, that's going to drop it in the description box. All right. So once you click on that link, John, it's going to bring you to this page. All right. So what you have to do is now look for data analysis. All right. Once you click on the link that is in this description, it's going to bring you to what we call Analytics Enrollment Center. So scroll down and then look for data analytics, which is this. So once you see data analytics, just click on register for DA. Once you click on it, it will bring you to the page where you can now select how you want to make your own payments. All right. So if you're in United States, you are going to see the pricing in USD. All right. If you're in US, you're going to see the pricing in USD. So what you have to do is just scroll down and choose the payment plan that works for you. If you want to pay one off, amazing. If you want to pay in 2 installments, great. If you want to pay in 5 installments, just click on it and then click to secure your seat. So it's going to show you the duration, the timelines of your payments. First one is due today. Next one is due by June 25th. Next one by July, August, and then September. Once you click on proceed, put your name, your email address, phone number, and simply pay for the product. All right. So that is as simple as that. No matter where you are joining from, John, you can simply use this platform to make payments. And if you are, let's assume you are in US, but you don't want to pay in USD. You want to pay maybe in your local currency like Naira. It's also simple. Just send the link to someone in that location of the currency you want to make use of, and the person should pay for you. And of course, there's a place, make sure that you screenshot the evidence of payment because you need to upload it after. So once you've been able to complete this process, that is simply that, and you've been able to secure your spot, John. I hope that answers your own question, John.
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you, sir. The next question is there.
like this, bro, is it full under which category head data analytics? Okay, Abraham. So if I understand you clearly, you are asking if it falls under health data analytics. Fantastic question. Now, when it comes to data analytics, it's like a main heading. There are so many derivatives under data analytics, and that is where health data analytics comes in. That is where health, if there's one new one, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember a lot of others, but you have data analytics, you have your BIDA, which is Business Intelligence Officer. All right, you have your operations analyst, you have your marketing analyst, logistics analyst. So anything analytics, they are all under data analytics. So even this health data analytics that you mentioned right now is also under the umbrella of data analytics. All right, it's just like it is data analytics, but they've streamlined themselves to just health data. All right, they streamlined themselves to health data. And I think we'll have someone that's currently working as health informatics. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, health informatics. So clearly, it's also data analytics, but they've now streamlined themselves to health data. I don't know if that answers your question, Abraham. So if you're looking at data analytics and looking at health data analytics, then you should be looking for a career path towards data analytics itself. Okay, thank you so much.
All right, we have a question from Matthew Naftal.
Okay, Matthew is asking, what are the requirements? I'm currently having a certificate in business administration and 8 years experience in customer service. Can I enroll for business analysis? Fantastic question, Matthew. So, Matthew, what we do is because what you've given me now may not be sufficient for me to advise you to go for business analysis or for data analytics. All right. But from clearly what you've said now, you've worked as a customer service officer. Clearly, customer service officers are very, very efficient when it comes to process improvement, and they don't have issues with communication. And of course, you also have a certificate in business administration. So clearly, you have a career path towards business analysis. All right. So that can be a pathway for you. So, Matthew, I would advise you to go for business analysis, but quickly, I hope you are someone that can also be ready to be in lots of meetings. I hope communication is not an issue for you. Okay, you can easily talk to a lot of people, you can talk to all your colleagues. Because as a business analyst, you are going to be in the business of every single one in your company. Okay, so Matthew, business analysis is a pathway for you looking at what you've given me, customer service experience, business administration certificates. So clearly, you can transition through a business analysis pathway. Okay, that's Matthew
Thank you,
now.
sir.
Okay, that's the person from
Thank you.
Namibia. All right, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Matthew, Chini, Abraham, and of course, every single person that asked question. John, I can't wait to see each and every one of you come June 7th, or maybe Chini
Yeah.
that will join us by July.
July.
Okay, thank you so much. Over to you, Adam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, besties. Thank you so much. Like I've said before my call started, join immediately. We have a WhatsApp group, all right, where we host free sections every week. So I'll drop all the link in the description box so that you can join the group. It's free to join. You call for the free section, hear what they have to say, you know, there is also a section where you can speak with either Chukwuemeka or the other CEOs to understand you better, get to know what is better for you and how to go about it. They are always there to render you that support anytime you need it. All right. So I will encourage you to, get started, join our WhatsApp group. I will drop the link in the description box, the payment link. For those of you that wants to enroll, I will drop the payment link for you in the description box. And also this slide that he have used to teach us all these amazing stuff today, I will drop the link for you in the description box, okay? So that you will be able to go through it, listen to people's story that have passed through this stage. Trust me, you are not the first, you're not going to be the last. People have been doing it, people have been getting this job, people have been moving on, it can also be you. You just need to get started. Like he said, you have to learn first. Learning is number one point. After you learn, you have to package yourself, right? Because trust me, after learning, you are not having that right package. You cannot
Yeah.
sell yourself to a potential employer, right? And after packaging yourself, the next thing is to hit the job market. I keep telling you people, applying for a job, you have to apply aggressively. Like your life depends on it. Tailor your CV to what the employer is looking for. He was not here when I teach you people all these things. And then finally, boom, the job is here. That's the stage. It's just four simple, easy stage that might not be as easy as you think, but trust the process. At the end of the day, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. I wish you guys the very best of luck. And I want to thank Mr. Chukwuemeka for a very amazing section. And how can we join the WhatsApp group? I will pin the link in the comment section. I will also pin the link in the description box. Okay. So click on it and then join the WhatsApp group. I wish you guys the best of luck and please get started. You will not regret it. I will see you in our next video. Mr.
All right.
Chukwuemeka, do you have anything to add?
Okay, just one more thing. I think it's just simple, right? I always tell people there are a lot of reforms that all countries are always doing every single now and then. Okay, and I know most of the times we always get angry, get sad. Oh, why is this happening? Why are they making this reform? But the only thing I have to tell you is that the fastest way, the best time to make all these changes is now. Because tomorrow, we don't even know another reform that is going to come. We don't know another law that is going to come out. Okay. And one thing that I've seen that I've been able to always fit into any reform that they bring forward is always the tech space. So the best time to get into tech is yesterday. The next best time is today. Thank you so
Now,
much,
as we are
besties.
speaking. Thank you, besties. And we'll see you in our next one. Bye, besties.
Bye.
Bye.